Hi, thanks for listening into my podcast. I found out that 1 in 5 Americans are looking to retire overseas. Wow. So I'm Tony Reinhardt, and I am one of those 1 in 5 Americans. My husband and my 2 dogs and I are looking to retire in Spain. So in that process, we're selling our house in Reston, Virginia, where we've lived for 27 years, almost all of the contents, and we're packing up our 2 dogs, and we'll be driving to Reno, Nevada. We want to spend the winter in Reno for a lot of reasons, and we're going to take you on this journey with us. So this podcast, I'm going to tell you everything we're doing to make this happen, this move from Reston, Virginia, through Reno, Nevada, to become residents, long-term residents of Spain. I will tell you almost everything that I'm doing, including how much I'm spending on stuff. So I just want to put a few disclaimers in this intro. I will tell you what I spent, but I am not a financial advisor. It is not financial advice, so I'm not giving any kind of advice. I'm also going to tell you probably who I used and things like that and what my experience is, but I am not endorsing any person, product, or service. This is just a journal to tell you how it's going for me, and maybe you'll find it useful, and maybe I'll get some feedback, and you'll give me ideas of what I should be doing in this move. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope to hear from you. Well, this has been another practically frantic week, so I missed my podcast by a day again. But wait till I tell you everything that's been going on. The house finally went on the market Thursday, August 20th. And these days, in order to look at a house, because of the whole COVID thing, anyone looking at a house has to be pre-approved. And you have to submit the paperwork that shows that you're pre-qualified for the house you're looking at. So taking that into consideration, I was really floored by the number of people that looked at the house. In 4 days, we had 32 showings, and there were 3 offers. On Zillow, I don't even know how important this is, but there were over 2,000 viewings on Zillow, and they had 121 saves. And this was all in 4 days, so that did seem like a lot of action to me. We did have, as I said, 3 offers. So by Sunday night at 7 p.m., we had a signed contract. And it was scary and exciting. The house went for $5,000 over our list price. So here's the evolution of what happened. When we first contacted our realtor, we contacted Pam Jones of Extraordinary Transitions. I had met her through the chamber and really like her. So Pam and Bill and I walked through the house, and we thought $650. We can list the house for $650. So then she gave us a list of contacts, and we did use almost everybody that she recommended, and we're very happy. I'll give them all a shout out at the end of this podcast. We spent $15,000 on improvement. Well, one of it was maintenance. The porch repair really was maintenance. The rest was improvements. It broke down like this. So putting in the new granite countertops and the oversized undermount sink in the kitchen came up to $2,239. Looked fabulous. Absolutely had to be done. No question. The painting came in at $8,000. Now that also included, that wasn't just painting, it was also, some of you may have seen the pictures, the designer suggested that we paint the banisters a shiny black. Oh, that was fabulous, looked great, but that's a lot of handwork and labor right there, so that, came in at some extra. And years ago, there'd been some storm damage where we'd had a leak in the roof in the garage. Now the roof had been replaced, but as a garage, I don't really care about a garage. We had never done anything about the garage. So most of the drywall in the garage had to be repaired. Some of it had to be replaced, and the garage had to be painted. So when you look at the amount of work that was done, $8,000 was painting, drywall repairing the damage done to the garage. The porch repair was $960. thrilled with that. I thought we got off really easy there. And the professional staging came in at $3,600. Now, the professional staging, when she first came through the house, I just felt so overwhelmed. It almost felt like, is there anything right with my house? It was just scary. But I think it's probably, and certainly when you look at the condensed time, we did this all in about 5 weeks. It's like a marathon in sprint time. So I was feeling a little overwhelmed, but I can tell you that I think the professional staging, of course, made a big difference. After this was all done, my real estate agent and Bill and I walked through the house again, and she said, yes, we're going to list for $675, and we got $680. So spending $15,000 got us an extra $30,000. That was okay. That was okay with me. So I'm happy. And things do move quickly here. The appraisal's already been done, and the appraisal person walked through, and it appraised for the sale price. Apparently that's a big hurdle, and I wasn't aware it was a big hurdle, so we went over that hurdle. And the inspection happened yesterday. Now, our contract is they can only void. They can't nitpick over so they can either say, hey, we're fine with the inspection, we're moving forward, or we're voiding the whole contract because of the inspection. I don't really anticipate a problem. While the inspector was there, the soon-to-be new owners of the house came through. They're a lovely young couple, and I just felt so good about her and how much she appreciated some of the things that I had done that were different, like the brick patio. I'd spent years nurturing the moss that grows in between the bricks and things like that. And she really appreciated those things. So I think they're pretty sold. I think they see that this is their house now. I'm not expecting, if anything goes wrong, of course, you'll hear about it in next week's podcast. We had been, for the first week, we had been at an extended stay here in Herndon, and that was not working for us. That was like a studio. We were all in one room, me, Bill, 2 dogs, and it certainly wasn't luxury living by any means, and we couldn't take it anymore. So we're still in Herndon. We haven't gotten on the road to Reno yet. So we moved to the Hyatt House here in Herndon, and it's a 1-bedroom, like a little 1-bedroom suite. So we have some separation, and we have 2 televisions, so we don't have to constantly be in the same place, either watching the same thing or one person's trying to watch something on a device while the television's going. It's just it's much better. We're just much more comfortable. Hopefully, we will get on the road next week. We've been spending we only started yesterday looking for furnished apartments in Reno. All of these, when I first Googled, and this was probably over a month ago, when I got my false sense of security, and I Googled furnished apartments in Reno, and I got dozens. And we started calling them last night, and so many of them said, oh, we don't have furnished apartments. So that was crazy. And the ones that did, oh, yeah, we have a unit, but it's already rented. So that's been a little weirder than I expected it to be. So our next hurdle is finding a furnished place in Reno big enough for me, Bill, and 2 dogs. Luckily, I don't have really big dogs. I do want to do shout-outs to the people that really helped us. Pam and Dave Jones of Extraordinary Transitions. Pam was our realtor. As I said, it was a Loudon Chamber connection, and I loved working with her. Really nice to work with. Tom and Leanne Wade of Caring Transitions. Again, really lovely people I met through not only the Chamber, but with the Loudon Senior Interest Network. I don't know how we would have gotten through all of our stuff, 27 years of stuff. They did the estate sale, and it just boggled my mind watching them organize my stuff and put it on. They put it all online for an online auction, and then they spent a Saturday at the house where people came that won their auction items, and then they had sort of like a garage sale. stuff that people could pick up that didn't sell, and anything that didn't sell, then they took care of whether it went to trash or whether it went to donation. They even donated food to food pantries. An amazing amount of work. Very, very happy. So Caring Transitions, thank you so much. Jimmy Jones Landscaping. He did our porch repair. I had no idea who to turn to for that. And he was fast and efficient, and it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. He was recommended to me by Sonny and Sons Painting. So Sonny and Sons did all of that work in the house. They did the drywall repair, and the banisters, and the painting, and in a really short amount of time, the entire house plus the specialty painting in less than a week. They started when they said they were going to start, and they finished when they said they were going to finish, which, if you've dealt with contractors before, sometimes that's just not the case. Of course, I was thrilled with that. And then the designer, Andrea Schwartz of Designs. The house looks stunning. I did most of the things that she recommended. Some things it wasn't possible. I ran out of time. Some things I ran out of budget. I just didn't have the money. But I think that the professional staging absolutely played a part in the number of showings that house had, and the fact that we went so quickly. We really went. The offer came in 3 days after it opened. And I found out from the real estate agent for the young couple, they had been looking at houses since March. And this was the only house they put an offer in on. And that made me feel really good. So it seems like at this point, everybody is happy. And if that changes, I will absolutely let you know. Meanwhile, if anybody has any contacts in Reno and knows of someone with 1 or 2 bedrooms furnished that's willing to rent to 2 people and 2 dogs, small dogs, 30, 32 pounds each, let me know. I absolutely would love to have any contact information you might be able to pass my way. I'm happy. I'm excited. We're in the final packing mode at this point. So, yay. I'm excited to see where the next step takes me, and I will bring you along with me and keep you updated the whole way. Thanks for listening. I hope to hear from you.